All right, guys. So yeah, man. I almost forgot that I wanted to talk about GET-THERE-ITIS.
I have it right now.
So I got GET-THERE-ITIS the other day. If you watched the previous videos, you will know that we had a recovery mission. That recovery mission was to go to Kentucky and bring back this Cherokee 6 so we can do the annual. That's the hardest part, one of the hardest parts anyway, about transitioning. You have to start getting reacquainted with everything. So I'm getting reacquainted with mechanics that can maintain my airplanes and all that good stuff. So the annual on the Saratoga came due, and I turned it over to a company over there. But I tell you what, yeah, man, it's been a nightmare. So I decided to get the Cherokee 6 and bring it back to my main mechanic that works on my airplanes here in Centennial. And, you know, I feel very confident and comfortable working with him. And there was a time that I used to do owner-assisted annuals with him, and he taught me a lot about these airplanes and how to do a lot of the maintenance. So I'm hoping that I can find someone over there that I could do owner-assisted annuals as well. That'll be pretty cool. That's my goal. All right, let's change the fuel tank. Let's put it on the left tip. As you can see, I like to run my tanks even. So you see 14, 3, 3, 14. So now I'm going to run my tip tanks, and I run them in 30-minute intervals. But I run them completely even. So anyway, let's talk about the GET-THERE-ITIS. So, because I had this mission, and I'm not sure when I'll be able to post this video, but just to give you a heads up, so it was March 25th, right, when we left?
Yeah.
It was March 25th when we left. It was a Saturday, and it was snowing. It was snowing. So we decided to get up at 2 in the morning to see if we can beat the snow, because I had GET-THERE-ITIS. I had to get to Kentucky. Like, man, I just had to get there. So I tried to leave at 2 because I was thinking that we were going to beat out the storm. Let me tell you what happened. Man, there's also GET-THERE-ITIS when you drive a vehicle. Because we went through that storm, and you couldn't see anything, right, son?
No.
Like, you couldn't see hardly anything. It was like blizzard conditions, and that's why I was trying to beat out the storm, because out in the eastern plains, when you leave Denver, sometimes it is notorious for blizzards.
Central commuter 343 at the 11000.
So I knew that it was going to snow pretty hard.
343 Denver.
So I tried to beat out the storm, but like I said, I couldn't beat it. And boy, we got caught 2 hours driving in the snow. All the way from, pretty much all the way from Denver. Hey, there it is. All the way to where we're at now, Goodland. And that's what prompted me, that's what reminded me to make this video, because this is about where the storm ended. So we traveled all the way from Denver, all the way to Goodland in snow. And I don't mean just any kind of snow. I mean, it was coming down with thunder and all. We caught lightning. And I was like, hey, look, thunder snow. He's like, really? Like, yeah, man, that's how intense it was. We were getting thunder snow.
I've never seen thunder snow before, so.
And the thunder, when it snows and you get thunder snow, it sounds very muffled. Like, you don't hear the thunder as loud as you normally would when it rains, because the snow muffles the sound. Kind of weird. But yeah, we definitely caught thunder snow, and I tell you what, man, I had GET-THERE-ITIS like you wouldn't believe. And boy, that was pretty intense, man. That just comes to show you the level of frustration that I had, you know, rushing back over here to pick up the Cherokee 6 so I can get it back here on time, you know, because the annual is about to expire. So I wanted to make sure that I brought it here without having to worry about ferry permits. That's a whole different story. I'd have to get a mechanic to sign off on the ferry permit so that he can confirm that the airplane is in good flying condition and that I could get it to the destination safely. So, yeah, man, pain pain in the butt. Sometimes, boy, owning airplanes can be frustrating. But again, the amount of rewards, pleasure, fun, enjoyment, all that good stuff that you get out of flying, and plus, not to mention the time. Because driving from Kentucky takes us about 24 hours with all the stops and everything.
002, Bravo.
And flying in the Saratoga takes us about 6 to 6.5 hours. In the Cherokee 6, it'll take about 8 to 9, depending on, you know, again, the winds and all that stuff. Like, we were getting beat up with headwinds, but now we're getting crosswinds, so it got better. For a little bit there, we were getting actually a little bit of tailwind. But, yeah, but the speed, it's good, considering that this is a Cherokee 6, and we have about an hour and 10 minutes remaining. But the reason we can go long on these long trips is because we have this autopilot, and I don't get fatigued. I will tell you that when I used to fly from Denver to Dallas, which took about 4 hours to 4.5 hours in this airplane, when I didn't have the autopilot and I had to hand fly it, by the time I got to Dallas, I was fatigued. Like, I was ready to land and I couldn't take it anymore. Like, that's it, I had it. So that's about what I could take, was 4 hours. I could stretch it to 4.5 hours if I had to, before I had the autopilot. But now with the autopilot, I tell you what, it just makes things so much easier. Because all you got to do is sit here, monitor everything, enjoy the views and all that good stuff. Sit here and play with this guy, knock him out, and eat junk food a lot. He's eating all my chips.
I don't eat them when you eat them.
So every time I grab a bag, Javier would grab a bag. And I was like, just because I grab a bag don't mean you have to grab one. But yeah, he's just trying to pretend now because the cameras are rolling. Oh, watch.
Oh, there's really nothing good anymore.
When I turn the cameras off, I bet you he's going to take a bag.
Literally, look, it's just Lay's, but they're bland. It's just these, which I don't like. I haven't eaten these in like 3 years.
Well, good, because those are the ones I like.
Okay.
Well, we have an hour and 9 minutes remaining. So we're going to give the cameras a break. And we'll turn them on when we get near Centennial. How does that sound? Let's do that.
All right.
Stay tuned for the next video of us encountering challenging turbulence as we make our approach into Centennial, Colorado.
Hey, come on. I got it.
Turbulence and wind shear are very common flying into and near the Rocky Mountains. Thank you all for watching, and if you like these type of videos, then help us out by liking, subscribing, and sharing a comment with us so that we can interact with each other. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and have a great day, my friends.